So right after I posted that video yesterday about the NCAA Women's 2024 Freshman Incoming Class, the Jordan Brand Classic game was played. And I had a couple comments letting me know that Joyce Edwards had won MVP. I checked the game out later while I was watching the NBA playoffs and again this morning just so I could make sure it had my full attention. And I figured I might as well come back and revisit it since there's nothing really going on in the transfer portal. WNBA season to be starting soon, Olympics, all of that. Great time just to talk about this class and kind of get that wrapped up going into next season. So, first and foremost, thank you, Joyce Edwards, for proving everything that I said on that video to be correct. You are absolutely the number 2 player in the country, if not 1B. I knew you could go out there and move your feet. I said as if she's listening. I knew she can go out there and move her feet because she's a soccer player. She's agile. She's nimble. Did not know that she can go in people's pockets like that. She was looking like Hannah Hidalgo, who we call the Cookie Monster around here. She was just going in at will, honestly, and taking it the other way. If she could switch out on guards and do that regularly, you might as well go ahead and make room next to Asia Wilson for her statue because that's ridiculous. Kennedy Smith, thank you for again proving me right about what I said about you being the third best player. Won't stay here long. She could take anybody's job at ESPN also. She had a great post game interview. She was impressive as always. Miera O'Neal, she had 16 points in the first half, 12 in the span of about 4 minutes. 10 came on Joyce Edwards. One was just a nice pull up, late closeout. One, she slipped the screen, got her behind her, had the patience on the pump, waited for her to go, laid it in. The other one, Joyce Edwards was right there with her, right on her hip. She's 6'3" too. She's 6'3" and long, just like Joyce, so she went right over her. And the third was Joyce trying to cheat down and help on the defense, play on the lane. You can't do that against Miera O'Neal. That closeout was late. Now at 6'3" and Joyce Edwards being long, if her closeout is late, if you're 5'8" trying to close out, you might as well just keep running the other way. It's over with. Have your team out, catch it out the net, and sling it down to you and try to get two points back because closing out against her is stupid. if you're not big enough, it's irrelevant. Um, Mac Randolph, impressive. Again, every time I see her, her and that whole Louisville team, her and the whole Louisville class rather, that's going to be something to see. It might take a year to coalesce, but Roberts, Berry, Arenas, her. I've only caught a few Louisville games recently, but this year I'll definitely be checking in more. Kendall Dudley, she's also impressive every time I see her. Just a do-it-all player. Very high IQ, very unselfish. Sometimes too much so. She makes a lot of passes. I want to say big to big, but she's not quite a big. But inside the lane where it looks like she has a layup, she'll pass it up and do a nice little drop off. Um, Great player next to Rice. She's gonna be great next to Rice. Like my salmon later. Y'all didn't ask about that. She's gonna be great next to Rice at UCLA. That's gonna pop. Blake's. Blake's always looks good. She looks like a pro. Just a lot of composure, defensive tenacity. Always seems to make the right play. I'm impressed with Blake's. And Zam Jones. Only time I mentioned her so far on this channel has been on the end of my J. Cole video. I haven't said anything really basketball related about her, but that's because I was planning on doing a video. I'm in the process of making a video about her and her specifically. Y'all know I love my hometown players who stay at home. She stayed at NC. She's going to NC State. So love her as well as Kiyomi McMiller. I've been following both of them for a couple years now. Just two highlight film players. I think Zam is like basically comparable to Kyrie. She's the next Kyrie in basketball. And Ziomi, you'd have to take, she's like Allen Iverson speed with Jamal Crawford's handles or something. You can't stay in front of either one. They get it done in different ways though. Both of them very special. So it was good to see both of them shine in this game in their respective ways. Uh, Solid sword, she's legit, solid as usual. Nothing really changed as far as my opinion of her. She's always been good. She's still good. Zabel, I was concerned to see that she didn't score until late in the fourth quarter. With a lot of talent on UConn, I hope that she doesn't get lost in the shuffle and just is cool being a floor spacer and a corner sitter. I know you have to play a role on a team that talented. Nothing's wrong with playing a role, especially in your freshman year. But being a Wisconsin State Player of the Year, I want to see her thrive. I want to see her maximize her potential. So That was a little concerning for me, but it was one game. Anybody else jump off the screen? Kelly Heckle is usually. I'm not so sure that she's the third highest ranked Long Island Lutheran player on that team. I think she's second. I'll just leave it at that. But I think she's second. Her speed is ridiculous. Her passing is ridiculous. Even when she slows down, her burst to speed back up and finish the play. I really like her. She's effective every single time. I've never seen her get in and not have some type of impact on the game, and that's valuable. It was a great game overall. It was very well played. Great to see an all-star game be played that competitively. Other players could take notes. So good on the girls for that. Don't want to be redundant with the player profiles because I will be covering all the players on a team by team basis. So I think we'll wrap it up here on that one. And thanks for sticking around, and make sure you get subscribed if you want to catch that next transfer portal update because there will be some coming soon. I just feel it. I feel it in the air. I feel it. I can smell it like rain.